Good afternoon, music world. John here from What's Spinning. We're here tonight to chat about this latest album from The Armed. It's called The Future Is Here and Everything Needs to Be Destroyed. Yeah, it kind of does. Detroit's The Armed, for me, over the last few years, have been a go-to for me as far as the heavier side of modern music goes. Especially for the more colorful and experimental areas of metalcore and art punk as well. Their early EPs and their debut, These Are Lights, definitely hinted to me that the band could be something great and pretty explosive. But 2015's Untitled for me was a game changer. It was loud, it was colorful, it was adventurous, and it was really well produced as well. 2018's Only Loved only pushed their chaos a little bit further, even if I wasn't as crazy about the songs this time around. But 2021's Ultra Pop, that's a game changer in my book. At the time, it was their most colorful and genre-pushing album to date. But even outside of that, as far as modern art punk and noise rock goes, this thing was just a blast. Not only that, but flat out exhilarating at times. Now, the last time we heard from them was with their Perfect Saviors album, and I enjoyed it. It was definitely one of their poppier releases, though, in a weird way. It sort of showed them pulling back the heaviness just a little bit. Now, leading up to this thing, I have to be honest, I've been very excited, mostly because the singles have just been so raw, so heavy, a little straightforward, but almost exactly what I loved about them in the first place. And a lot of this album definitely follows suit. From the jump, the Armed really aren't wasting any time at all with well-made play. This thing just absolutely explodes instantly with a kaleidoscopic blast of color and angst, noise as well. It's the explosive sort of art punk that I've always enjoyed from them. Complete with screamed vocals and a very, very tortured sax solo, it is a hell of an opening cut. Purity Drag keeps that wild energy rolling. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. A lot of these tracks are very straightforward, but they really do stick with you. This thing's got a hook that is so simple, but so effective. And by the time we reach Kingbreaker, a single that I have enjoyed for quite some time now, we are officially off the rails entirely. This thing is just so hypnotic and so relentless, and it stays with that momentum until it just fizzles itself out. Also, Broken Mirror featuring Prostitute is one of the heaviest tracks I've heard in any genre this year. This thing turns the volume all the way up, blistering feedback, dizzying vocals that are just layered really interestingly, and the breakdowns here are intense. And while Sharp Teeth isn't the gnarliest track here, it's honestly the one that stuck with me the most. I really do love that sleazy bass riff that just oozes charisma, and the hook is one of the most instantaneous I've heard in rock all year. Simply put, this is the explosive album that I really wanted from The Armed right now. Now, I will say, not every track fully lands for me. Like Grace Obscure, for example, this thing is certainly explosive and gnarly in all the right ways, but it's just such a constant clash of sounds on this track. They just sound like they're bouncing off one another constantly, so much so that I don't really remember much of it, sadly. And Gave Up, later on the record, suffers from all the same issues. I mean, I don't know what happened to the production here. The production on this album so far has been squeaky clean, sounding great, but all of a sudden, this one's a muddy mess. It turns the chaos of this track into something more cluttered than compelling. I mean, these tracks definitely provide that same energy, that provides the same explosiveness as well. If you enjoy them more than me, I totally get it. But for me, they're just more like colorful noise without much to hold on to outside of that. And there's so many more greater moments, especially in the second half. Like I Steal What I Want, this thing strips things down to almost a post-punk sounding cut. Really love the hypnotic percussion here and the vocal work on this track, especially on the hook. It's one of the most really truly infectious ones here. Really love Local Millionaire as well. This one has a real muscular groove to it. Of course, with added blasts of noise and feedback, just really showing off the charisma and the personality of The Armed as well. Also, Heathen, late in the album, this is the kind of track that I've always enjoyed from The Armed, and I only hope that we hear of more in the future. This one takes their usual noisy, sort of art punk and noise rock and metalcore sound, but blends in almost elements of the psychedelic. Even some shoegaze nods, all of it coming complete with some very alien vocals and another tortured saxophone solo. It honestly is one of the most epic and adventurous cuts here. And A More Perfect Design ends this album off by throwing everything at the wall, and I do mean everything. The color, the noise, the angst, the personality, it's all here. And it ends up ending off this album with a very euphoric, high voltage high. And no, it's not a perfect album, and there are moments where I wish this album was maybe a little bit more adventurous, but still, as far as the noisier rock genres go, this is one of the more memorable records I've heard probably all year. I have no issue giving this a light 8, but let me know what you all think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you're feeling froggy, hit those notifications, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.